Hello you guys, it's Mari back with another video, and I always say don't be scared to fall because you may fall into a better situation. I like to feel like I'm a part of that better situation. You're already here, so you might as well subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into today's video. So judging by the title, we're going to be talking about Adin Ross and Doechii. And I know this situation is kind of late, but I don't want to speak specifically on Adin Ross and Doechii because honestly I feel like that's been done enough, but I wanted to dive deeper into exactly where this idea of Black women comes from and how Black men also feed into this idea of Black women being a certain way. And I wanted to actually talk about it in a deeper perspective, not because I want to place blame on Black men or place blame on white men or place blame on anyone else, but to just kind of like give some different perspectives into why we commonly deal with this idea of Black women coming from white men. We don't see a lot of Black men talk about Black women in this way, but I feel that a lot of Black men agree with him, but they're just not saying it out loud. And I wanted to talk about that in a very short video. Of course, if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We upload videos every week or whatever. I do have a Mari marathon that I'm planning on coming. 5 videos, Monday through Friday. It will be a video every day. I've done this before. And I want to do it again. But I wanted to talk about Adin Ross and his perspective on Black women, but I also want to talk about how Black men have condoned and contribute to his perspective, and how Black men don't really take the time to actually educate the people that are around them. You know, you have to fact check, you have to chin check some of these guys before you kind of let them into our culture, because I feel like Black men also have to take some accountability about the way that they speak about Black women in music, because it gives this idea of what we allow and how we as Black men allow our Black women to be spoken to. There is definitely a line that Black men know that they shouldn't cross, but other races are not aware of that line. When the doors are closed, maybe the way Adin Ross speaks about Black women is how Black men speak about Black women. And I've been in some of these rooms, I've been in the barbershop and stuff. It isn't too far-fetched from Black men. It just feels different coming from Adin Ross because he is white and he's saying Black. This isn't to shift the blame or anything like this. This is just to add some nuance to the conversation and actually, hold Black men accountable. The ones who are always so welcoming to certain people, but don't really stand up for Black women in the way that I feel like they should. Not only holding Adin Ross and other races accountable, but I'm also going to be holding the Black men accountable who constantly push these narratives, are up in arms when it's taken a step further than they wished it would have been taken. Because Black men call women all the time. Take some accountability for the way that we portray Black women in our music and our culture and our content. We have to take some accountability for that. If we want respect from others, it's going to have to start with us. So let's get into this video essay. Black women are the most hated while being the most educated. Within a country that is heavily male-centered, I feel there's an underlying jealousy for successful women, let alone a successful Black woman. The evolution of women owning their own lives and not needing a man is why I believe there is an influx of red pill content. Because when you think about it, a man really doesn't even have an identity outside of being a man. When the idea of a man is meant to serve himself and no one else, this is where I feel like the entitlement comes from. That this isn't just how he feels, this is how a lot of Black men feel behind the scenes. It just took a white man to kind of put it front and center. And I feel like a lot of Black men aren't honest enough to admit it. They want to put the blame all on him. But I feel, judging by some of the conversations I've heard in the barbershop throughout my entire life, he isn't saying anything different from what Black men are also saying. I want to speak on the way that other races of men that hang around Black men oftentimes speak about Black women. You would think being aligned with Black men would give a different perspective into Black women, but oftentimes it doesn't. Listening to a lot of men's negative perspective on Black women, I say there's a line that men don't want to cross when it comes to speaking about Black women. Other races don't see that line. There are 2 reasons for this: white supremacy and Black acceptance. White supremacy for the most part is the usual reason for other races' views on Black people in general. It isn't something that is often acknowledged, but it shows up in a way that everyone treats Black women. Adin Ross was able to obtain some success being aligned with Black culture. But alignment doesn't mean education. Honestly, his perspective is expected coming from someone like him. But with having so many Black people around him, you would think he knows better.
Black men are to blame for that, because a lot of black men have allowed these people to come inside of hip hop and basically just keep, exploiting our culture. And y'all give leeway for these type of dudes. And because no Caucasian man should ever be speaking down on goddamn black women whatsoever. His opinion shouldn't even matter. His opinion in hip hop shouldn't even matter. Bad enough. And another reason I blame black men, because black men get up on this motherfucker talking about black women all the goddamn time. So they see it. They see it. So they think that they can do it. Because all they do is copy people anyway. Steal, exploit, all this type of stuff. Black men. Y'all make it comfortable for these people to talk trash about black women.
But that's the thing. Black men don't really say how they feel out loud. And I can bet the conversations are different when the cameras are off. The difference is, some black men speak from a place of not liking black women, while Adin speaks from a place of probably having no interest in black women, which honestly isn't surprising. His entitlement is not only enforced by his whiteness, but also condoned by the people around him. The black men around him clearly aren't having real conversations. Honestly, because they're probably not even his real friend. It's quite easy to blame his perspective on his whiteness. Some of the blame should be placed on the people who gave him the space to feel this comfortable. Men call women bitches all the time, in and out of music. This opens the door for people on the outside to feel doing so is acceptable. With Adin literally calling Doechii a black, it cannot get more wicked than that. He just put black in front of it, and it makes it feel racist. But he's not saying nothing different than what black men oftentimes call black women. And again, this isn't to shift the blame from Adin Ross, but it's to take some accountability for the black men who set the stage for this to happen. What I want is for black men to take some accountability for the way that they portray black women and the way that they don't respect black women. So what exactly are you black men doing when you're surrounded by guys like this that have this perspective? Because it cannot be real conversations. This is a real conversation. And if this is your real friend, these are the conversations that you should be having. We need men checking other men. We need men holding men accountable. I don't feel like it happens enough.
This is why I will never listen to y'all when y'all tell us to stop talking about people. Because one thing about it, and two things for sure, when you stay on their head top, they go quiet. They get real humble.
You guys know I had a stream plan with a very famous basketball player. It canceled last minute because their PR called. So, just with everything going on, so we gotta give like 30 days. But off season will be good. I'm gonna stop coming at people hard and shit. But it's.
And I hope we all know that when he says that he's gonna stop coming at people hard, he means that he learned a valuable lesson from doing too much about Doechii. And when all of us black people stood up and said something, that he learned a valuable lesson. And that's exactly why it will always be BTA. Belt to what? Yeah, okay. And let me just emphasize that I'm still disappointed in all of the black streamers and content creators and influencers who didn't step up to say something, because there's a lot of young black children that look up to y'all, and y'all being silent is complicit. It's being complicit. And this is a reason why a lot of black streamers have to work twice as hard to get to where they're at, because y'all are letting certain people come into spaces and just do anything. But yeah, in all of 2026, we hitting them where it hurts. Them pockets.
If we're going to talk about how others disrespect black women, we have to address us as well. My this that. How about we stop calling black women that altogether? Because of how it welcomes others to do the same. Black feels racist because it is, but it's not too far-fetched from just calling a woman a altogether. Neither one is cool. One is racist and lame, and the other one is still lame. But again, because men don't check other men for the things they believe, even the rappers who speak down on women in music should be checked about the way women are talked about for their audiences to consume. When Adin was mad, he said what he believed to be true. Some black men could feel the same exact way, but never say it out loud. because they still have interest in black women. And that's the line that they don't want to cross. It's not too far-fetched to believe that they also think the same things that he's saying. God knows what you would allow had he not had that stage. Not saying the quiet part out loud is what black men around him never communicated to Adin Ross. Maybe it was taken too far, maybe it's over-exaggerated hate, but the things he said aren't white exclusive sayings. It just sounds worse coming from him. Therefore, I believe Adin Ross might just be saying what some men feel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I also have a video that is kind of a sister to this video. It's talking about men have no reason to grow. There's so much happening. There's so much going on with the Epstein files. There's so much going on in life that I'm not talking about. And honestly, I want to stay sane. Hope you guys are staying safe. Hope you guys are staying warm. Hope you guys are staying protected. And I will definitely see you guys in the next video. And don't forget to stay honest and check that community tab, okay? And don't forget to stay honest. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
Hey. Wild things you do in the night, trips to wherever feels right, doing it all just to feel things. You